Okay, so welcome to Do It Yourself Gifts with Essential Oils. I'm Cynthia Miller, and I am using the template of our presentation from last year. There's quite a few new recipes in it, but I just love the way that this opening slide looks with the pine cones and the eucalyptus and the berries. And a big part of this presentation is talking about using oils to help your home smell like Christmas. And I did a couple of videos last year, if you want to check those out on my YouTube. One was how I put the boughs outside, and I put the oils on the pine cones and stuff like that. And so we've got the balsam fir pine cone instructions in this presentation tonight that just came out in December. So it's sort of fun to decorate and make your house smell nice and cozy this time of year, and bring out the lights and a nice hot drink, and really, I think, look at the past year and just give thanks and be grateful for what we've accomplished. And this has been such a crazy year. I think that we're going to have lots of stories to tell in the future. And I think the energy will shift once we get into the new year. And, we'll have some new ideas. We'll be doing some new things. And before you know it, we'll get it back together again. So I really am crossing my fingers that that will all go smoothly so that we can have a wonderful new year. 2021. It's hard to believe. But anyways, I'm just going to get started. Of course, our mission is to help you find natural, effective solutions to help reduce all kinds of toxins, to help you realize that you can take care of your own, physical and emotional challenges. And we love to help you learn. And I love learning. This is one way that I learn, is to put a presentation together and do a bit of research. Just like I always find something new. So I hope that you find some value in this. Just creating those healthy awarenesses is healthy alternatives, introduce you to new products, new ways to use products. And I just think it's fun that we get to know each other. Every week we get together and find solutions for all your health challenges. So this is what I'd like to share, and it's kind of a very short list, but there's quite a few in between here. This was the little scent, the ornament that doTERRA put out. Oh no, I think I just found this one online, this little Rudolph, but it's just a cutout of a wood cutout. And you can actually put drops of essential oils right on the back of them, of any wood cutout decorations that you might have on your tree. And that's probably the easiest way to diffuse these oils, right? Especially the little blends, the holiday joy and the holiday peace. If you've got any wooden decorations, just put a couple drops on the back. So we're going to talk about how to get your home smelling really nice and scented. We've got some spa recipes for you. I think there's a couple in there from last year, Shauna. And I've got a couple of good ideas for cookies for you as well. I did up a couple batches of cookies and sent them out to my sisters last week. And so they turned out pretty good. So this is a wreath that I have hanging in my home, actually, and I've got the round ornament. Now this round ornament is going to come free this month with Balsam Fir if you get your order put in before the 15th. So these are just a couple of ideas. The clay ornaments, again, you can just put your drops of oil right on there. Pine cones. I have a basket of pine cones, and as I said, the Balsam Fir promotion came out with how to do that. So we're going to talk about that. You can put this on wreaths. If you have wreaths made of real fir or boughs, or this one is just like the grapevine wood, any kinds of boughs, or even put it on the ribbon, right? Because if it's a material, it will hold on to that scent. Now you might have to keep putting that on after a few days. You might not really smell it too much, but I just think it's kind of cool to be able to just take your bottle of oil around and put it in your potpourri or your boughs of spruce or fir or whatever. And I use them in my outdoor displays too, because then it sort of keeps things smelling fresh when you come in the door. And possibly keep the animals away. I'm not quite sure about that one, but for sure the bugs. So this is what came out with the Balsam Fir. So again, the Balsam Fir is the product of the month this month. If you put in a 125 point order, LRP before the 15th, you get Balsam Fir free, okay? And of course, this, we talked about the Nootka. It's going to be very similar to that. Very cleansing, uplifting, at the same time can be very grounding. Just those, you know, it's just like you're in the forest, right? So you collect your pine cones from the outside, and if you're lucky enough to be in a park or a forest close by, you can gather these up. And this is to put them in the oven at 200 degrees for about 30 minutes, and that's going to help the pine cones open. But I think what it's also going to do is kill any bugs or anything that, you know, that you don't really want in there. I think it's just going to help to, you know, especially if they're sitting inside or on your coffee table or something, you don't want the spiders to start crawling out. So make sure that they're nice and clean. Maybe even go over them with a vacuum if you like. But just putting them in the oven is going to help. And then just put on whatever scent you would like. Again, the holiday peace or holiday joy, or just the tree oils. And you're going to have that nice smell diffusing. And I thought that I would include these ones that came with the promotion link today. And we'll talk about that after. I just want to make sure that you guys know that that link is there. So this is the room spray. And if you've ever used frankincense much, it is a really lovely grounding smell. It's sort of earthy. And of course, this is the holy oil of the season. But what they've done is add grapefruit and Douglas fir oil into it. So you put the 15 drops of frankincense, 15 of grapefruit, and 30 of Douglas fir in with water. Now, if you, when you're making a spray, you can imagine, you know, if it's just water, the water droplets are quite large. So you can do a couple of different things. You can put just a teaspoon of vodka in there, and it helps to sort of make the droplets a little bit smaller, or you can use witch hazel as well. And so basically you just put that in a nice spray bottle, and put a label on it. Make sure that you put a label on it. And you know, there's lots of fun labels around. And you could give that as a gift, because it does smell very earthy and like Christmas like, with those oils in it. So really easy to make. You can go to Voyager, I think, in your neck of the woods to get some nice bottles. I would suggest glass. And yeah, just put a ribbon around it and you've got a really nice gift. This is a diffuser blend that we had in this last year. So this is called the Christmas tree. So just these 3 oils, a cedar, or sorry, more than 3, 2 each of cedar wood and Douglas fir, 1 of cassia or cinnamon, and 1 of frankincense. So if you diffuse that, you're definitely going to feel like Christmas. And then the holiday piece, you can make your own here, 2 to 4 drops of the grounding blend, which is balance, frankincense, any of the tea trees. You know, you can sort of mix up your own. This is what this is sort of suggesting, is that you just sort of try what it is that you like. And so you could add a little bit of floral to that, maybe, you know, just whatever you're sort of feel inclined to go towards. Lime or grapefruit is really nice. And then the floral oils that I would suggest are lavender, and you know, maybe ylang ylang is probably one of my favorites too, to use for that too. So yeah, just have fun with it. And I think that if you look at the recipe or the actual oils in those oils, you can probably substitute what you don't have. And this is a salt scrub that we had in last year as well. And you know, when it's dry out, or you're inside, your heat actually dries out your skin, and then you go outside, it's cold, you come back, it's just sort of plays havoc on your skin. And so, you know, exfoliating is a really good way to help to, you know, just bring out the shine in your skin. And this one's really nice. It's got the coconut oil in it, Himalayan or Epsom salts, just depending on what you want to use. So you're going to add that to the oils, and then you stir that and make sure that that's all blended first, and then you add your oils. So you can add 15 drops of your choice. And again, you can sort of play around just depending on what you like. If you're giving this as a gift, you know, you can sort of know, okay, that person, I think they would really like this, or they really need it. And then, you know, you can use this to massage into your thighs, your arms, and then you rinse with water and just store it in a container. But I think this would make a really nice gift. Um, and again, just sort of customize it to that person's liking, right? Really easy. Not too many ingredients. And I thought this one was kind of interesting that came out today as well, or yesterday, the foot cream. So this is copaiba foot cream. So it's got beeswax in it. And I know beeswax is a natural um, sort of moisturizer, and anything the bees make is so healing. So I think that it's going to be really good for your skin. I think beeswax really gets into like deep moisturizer. So it's really good for a foot cream. Cocoa butter. Shea butter, both of those are really nice too. So the combination of the beeswax, you often see those together to give a really deep moisturizer. And they've got the virgin coconut oil, and then the fractionated coconut oil, and then 10 drops of copaiba oil. Now, I'm not sure why they decided to use copaiba oil, but copaiba is really earthy. It's really grounding. It touches your nervous system. So the endocannabinoid system within the nervous system. So I think when you put this on your feet, it's going to be relaxing anyways to rub that into somebody's feet, or to put it on yourself. I often give myself a foot massage, and this would be a really nice addition to that. But you could put that in a nice jar, just a short little, you know, canning jar, and just put a nice cloth top on it with a ribbon. You could put a little label on it, what it's for and how you use it. And, you know, for maybe a guy in your life that you never know what to give them, right? I think that hopefully they would use it. You never know with guys if they do that kind of thing, right? And then here's some bath salts. I think this was Delan's recipe from last year. So the Epsom salts, the coconut oil, and then 8 to 10 drops of whichever combination you like. Serenity, again, for the sleep. Aroma Touch gets, you know, nice deep massage. And Balance, of course, is the grounding blend. So those are all really nice for this kind of a product. You can also put lavender flowerets in there if you want. And I've also seen them calendula flowerets, or the blossoms. Myself, I don't really like that mess in the tub. So you could actually put it into little bags as well to keep it contained before you put it into the bath. So, you know, it just depends on how you want to wrap it up yourself for whoever you might be giving it to. But bath salts always make a nice gift. And I know, you know, years ago, we used to get those crappy bath salts from people. You know, I know they were trying to give us a nice gift, but the scent was just terrible. And, you know, this is such a far cry from that. And you know that it's a really good quality, really good aroma. So most people are going to love it, right? And this is a recipe that I tried. Now, I've done a couple of different ones. I did sugar cookies last week, and I didn't put any oils in them, but I think that you could probably put something in there. I'm not sure. I might make them again and try something. But for these two different ones, I made ginger cookies on the right with the 3 oils, and I put a chocolate disc in the center. So I sort of pushed that down into the dough before I cooked them. And then the chocolate kind of melts. Oh my gosh, these were so yummy. So I put clove bud and ginger and On Guard, I think, into those. And I think that's what it was. So I just took a regular ginger cookie recipe. Oh no, cinnamon, sorry. And you could use On Guard if you don't have cinnamon, because cinnamon is in there and it smells like Christmas too. And you can digest anything in On Guard. But yeah, just get a regular ginger cookie recipe. Put, I think there was 1 drop of each one, and it was a sizable amount. So I was quite I felt quite safe that it wasn't going to be too much. What you can do is, you know, maybe taste the dough a little bit before you actually cook them. You might want a little bit more if it's a big recipe. But I don't think I used any dried herbs in that recipe. I only used the ginger oil, and I just loved it. It was so yummy. And then this one on the left-hand side, I've got the recipes here for this one. So easy. 1 cup of almond flour. You don't use the meal. It's the flour that you use. 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, half a teaspoon of baking powder, and then I put 1 drop each of ginger and cardamom in these. And it doesn't make a whole lot, so it is a small amount. And they were quite, I wouldn't say they were strong, but it was prominent, right? But I love cardamom, so I was okay with that. And then 2 tablespoons of water, and then you just stir that up, and then you just put them into little balls, flatten them down with a fork, and bake them. Excuse me. And I put a little bit of icing on these ones just to give them a little bit of sweetener. And I was thinking you could even put a little bit of cardamom in the icing. I think that that would be yummy. You know, so you can sort of just play with your flavors, just depending on what you're doing and who you're doing it for. And cardamom is really yummy in drinks as well, hot drinks, because that's how they make the Indian chai spice tea, which I love. But I know it's quite a process to do that. So you can just use 1 drop, or you can also use, if you take off the top, the orifice out of the bottle, you can take a toothpick and put that into your oil and then stir that into your mug. And that might be all that you need in a mug. Okay, so it sort of gives you like a 1/4 to a 1/2 drop by just using that toothpick into your oil. You don't want to put it in again because it'll be dirty, but you don't really need a whole lot. That's what you do. So I highly recommend these cookies. I'm going to make them again and send them to off to my daughter, because I don't think she's going to be coming for Christmas. I want to send a package to her, and they just sort of taste like really refined, like you might find in a nice restaurant, you know. Put a little class into the plate. And then that's pretty much it. I mean, it's this last slide is the Balsam Fir with the doTERRA ornament, and this is a clay ornament. So again, when you purchase the 125 points by the 15th, you get the ornament for free. And sort of a nice little way to remember every year that that's you know, where you got that. And I think that's pretty much it. We're just happy to be here and helping you sort of figure out what all your needs are as far as essential oils go. I did, as I mentioned, a couple of videos on YouTube last year, and I think I'm going to do another one maybe this week with my stocking. I'm going to show you what's in my stocking. So